The massive drone swarms reported over the United States and the Persian Gulf are not just a military mystery. They are the final signal of a systemic financial collapse. While you were watching the skies, the paper-silver market cracked wide open for the next 20 minutes. I am going to show you how these drones are the invisible trigger that has already pushed the COMEX into a severe delivery shortfall. By the end of this intelligence briefing, you will understand the three pillars of this endgame: the drone consumption trap, why modern swarm warfare is literally eating the world's silver supply, the 48-hour recall, why Iran's emergency military order has turned global logistics into an uninsurable risk, the $117 plus gapping reality, why the spot price on your screen is historical fiction, while the real metal is vanishing into military stockpiles. As of January 29, 2026, silver has surged 2 new records, hitting $119.34. Earlier today, before settling around $117.38, $117.43 per ounce, up about 0.7% intraday, with massive gains of over 54% monthly and 271% year-over-year. This parabolic move is driven by relentless safe haven demand, geopolitical tensions, China's ongoing export licensing, restricting shipments since January 1st to just 44 companies. COMEX inventory drains millions of ounces, withdrawn recently, and heightened military consumption. If you want to be the family that survives this monetary transition with your dignity intact, you cannot afford to wait for the headlines. Let's go inside the invisible battlefield. Military planners understand something that civilians often don't. The next war will not be decided by who has more tanks, but by who controls silence and information. This is the electronic warfare protocol. Silver is essential to this modern life. It is woven into every drone, guidance system, and satellite. Unlike gold, silver is consumed and lost in these applications. Once a drone swarms or a missile launches, that silver is gone forever. The economic imbalance. We are seeing an environment where cheap drones costing a few $1,000s are forcing responses from multi-million-dollar defense systems. Recent reports highlight Iranian drone swarms pose incredible threats to high-value U.S. naval assets, like the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Group, now positioned closer to the region, with experts warning of saturation attacks from low-cost unmanned systems. The U.S. has even deployed reverse-engineered replicas of Iran's Shahed-136 kamikaze drones Lucas Squadron to the Middle East, underscoring how drone warfare is reshaping resource demands. The scarcity reality. Because much of silver is mined as a byproduct of other metals, supply cannot respond quickly to this sudden military surge and industrial military consumption. Mission-critical thresholds. Defense assessments confirm that physical silver availability has reached critical levels, with stockpiles strained by ongoing demand from guidance systems, radar, and now swarming drones. This is why the drones are circling. They are the front line of a resource war that the public doesn't even know has started. While the drones map response times, the default clock has already gone off. On December 31st, China's new export licensing took full effect January 1st, 2026, authorizing only 44 companies to export silver and prioritizing domestic needs in semiconductors, EVs, solar, and strategic reserves. This has severely restricted global refined silver flows, contributing to the violent rally we're seeing today. The shortfall reality. COMEX faces ongoing delivery pressure, with registered inventories drained sharply, reports of millions of ounces withdrawn in early January alone, leaving deliverable metal far below open interest demands. For example, March contracts expose hundreds of millions of ounces against strained vaults. Elevated delivery volumes and backwardation signals indicate metal leaving vaults rapidly amid strong physical demand. Force majeure mechanisms to manage the pressure. Exchanges have tools like force majeure clauses or cash settlements at set prices. Legalized adaptation. You could be handed a check at an artificial price while the physical metal trades at $117 in reality and gets redirected to military, industrial, and sovereign stockpiles. This is what a modern supply crunch and sovereign friction look like. The situation reaches the point of no return with Iran's claimed ICBM test. Recent reports confirm Iran tested a missile with a 10,000 kilometers range launched toward Siberia with Russian approval. capable of theoretically reaching the U.S. East Coast. Geography no longer protects the Western world, and Iran's emergency order recalling senior commanders within 48 hours signals that deterrence has failed. Uninsurable logistics. When conflict is imminent, shipping insurance disappears, and the physical silver market starves as flows halt. The bank bail-in as the extreme paper-to-physical ratio breaks under delivery demands. Megabanks, like JP Morgan, face margin calls they cannot meet with liquid cash. Under the bail-in blueprint, post-2008 resolution rules, your bank balance is an unsecured loan that can be converted into bank equity to cover their losses from silver derivative exposure and short positions. With silver's surge to $119 plus highs today, volatility amplifies risks. Stay vigilant, move to physical where possible, and prepare before the quiet window closes.